what's going on, guys? We are live again with another video, and I don't know where to start with this one because Arsenal just stopped playing football all of a sudden. It's a new year, but it looks like the same old up to our foolish ways of not being able to finish in the final third, and none of our players stepping up today when it matters, especially on a big occasion like the FA Cup, one of which we hold the most of. With that being said, Arsenal failed to turn up today and lost 3-5 on penalties with a 10-man Manchester United is a shambles. A lot of people have turned Arteta out after the FA Cup defeat. Arsenal are eliminated from the FA Cup and look like we could be eliminated from the EFL Carabao Cup, still having to play a second leg and at least score 2 goals away at St. James Park, which we couldn't even score 1 goal at home when we needed to against Newcastle in the first leg of the EFL Cup. Newcastle look like a strong team in form, and the injury list just adds more concerns to Arsenal as Gabriel Jesus, rumors around Gabriel Jesus, he was stretchered off in the game today against Manchester United, and it looks like he could have suffered an ACL injury or a meniscus tear, which could mean Gabriel Jesus, who is just coming into form, could be out for the rest of the season. There were some injury concerns with regards to Urian Timber, who could have suffered a hamstring-related injury concern, and Calafiori, again, not being available for squad selection, being out with a muscle-related concern, one of which is worrying because this is one that seems like it's reoccurring in his career at a young age for Ricardo Calafiori, who was a new signing for Arsenal in the summer. We will go through Arsenal's match review today as we surrendered to our rivals Manchester United, and we failed to beat Amorim. We failed to beat Amorim under Sporting Lisbon in penalties in previous years, and we failed today to beat Manchester United on a penalty shootout with a backup goalkeeper, Bayender, who deserves a lot of credit today. A lot of Manchester United fans were worried going into this game, as on Friday, Amorim announced in his press conference that Bayender, the backup goalkeeper, would be in goal. This guy played like prime Buffon today in goal. He made some really good saves for Arsenal's shots in the second half. No matter how much we won the game in possession, we won the game in XG, you can say Arsenal were pathetic today and abysmal in front of goal. Havertz shot everywhere except in goal when it mattered today, even in that penalty shootout. And I'm not one to scapegoat players. I'm not one to abuse players' families or children, but I'm saying this performance today was unacceptable and really, really poor. It shows, if this doesn't show the Cronkies that we need an attacking asset this window, I don't know what else will. Because without Bukayo Saka, we're struggling even on corners, something in which we were good at. We struggled to defend corners. We're struggling to take corners. We're struggling to even make something out of corners. Congratulations, Barcelona. Yeah, they won the Supercopa game today. Man, I don't know what's happening with Ancelotti's Real Madrid, but that's another one of my teams that I like to watch that suffered today. And Barcelona trashing Real Madrid 5-2. Even Szczesny scoring for them was crazy, but Lewandowski and Lamine Yamal, one of the highlights for Barcelona in the game, and alongside Rafinha, you can say Rafinha being captain of Barca. A lot of Arsenal fans, including myself, really would want Rafinha back in the Premier League, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon. Nippon says I look knackered. Nippon, I actually wasn't feeling well today. I went to the hospital. I basically, when it got really cold here, I can't really breathe properly. I have asthma, so if you hear me breathing too loud, I'm still turning up and not missing the stream because I wanted to do a review of this game, but I wasn't feeling well and I had to get new medication for my asthma. But we're here now, and I really hope this game, this performance, being eliminated potentially from 2 domestic trophies, 2 domestic competitions, the EFL Cup and the FA Cup, now officially eliminated from the FA Cup. This really needs to show Arsenal that we need attacking assets, whether it be a winger, whether it be a forward. We need something. We need something this window, and we need it now, because today it was really poor. Even our captain, that wasn't a performance of a captain's armband. The other players, I think the only players who turned up today would be Raya and Gabriel Magalhaes. I think even some instances Saliba, you could say, but today we were piss poor. I thought we dominated the game in terms of possession, but it feels like every other stream I'm up here talking about our attack being poor. I'm talking about us not taking our chances. Kai Havertz in front of goal. How many chances? If you're gonna, don't be scared to go in for a header. Head the ball. Don't be scared to shoot the ball with your shoulders. When you have an opportunity in front of goal and you're constantly fluffing your lines, it becomes very frustrating to watch. I'm not Arteta out. I'm still not Arteta out. A lot of people I know are changing, turning on Arteta and becoming Arteta out. But I think tonight's game, of course, it wasn't Arteta on the pitch. And I think in the summer, we go back to that summer window where Arsenal knew we needed an attacker. We knew Gabriel Jesus is not a reliable player. He was previously injured for us. He's not someone we can depend on. The same thing with Kai Havertz. I don't think Kai Havertz, first of all, I don't think he's a striker. I think he's a lot better in midfield where his position is naturally. Um, and I think this performance today falls on the players. We are going to unravel that throughout this stream. But I think the performance today really goes on the players. These players look lethargic and look like they didn't even want it themselves. When you're hungry for something like a work promotion, you're going to try to impress your manager. You're going to try to put your best efforts forward. And today I felt like we were the opposite of that. We were the opposite of everything we worked hard for last season. Without Bukayo Saka, I understand it's a huge loss for us, but even without Ethan Waneri, we look really poor. Sterling, massive respects to Raheem Sterling today. When we get into the Raheem Sterling player ratings, I am going to talk about his performance today. I actually think with someone who's barely got called upon the pitch, he turned up for someone who we didn't give much game time to. We didn't give him much chances. But today I felt like he wasn't as bad as previous games. But collectively, the team performance was poor today. And in my player ratings, I think nobody's getting more than a 6.5. And that's me being generous. You see other channels giving 2s, 4s, and 5s. I think Raya made some good saves in the game today. But with Man United being 10 men down and Diego Dalot getting sent off, Arsenal should have finished this game in regular time. We failed to do that. Then my next critique is we should have finished this game in extra time, knowing that Man United are 10 men down, will get tired, and knowing previously that Bayender saved Odegaard's penalty. It's the first penalty in Odegaard's senior career that he's missed. It was very easy to read that penalty for Bayender, who is a backup keeper for Man United, a young keeper for Man United. Tonight, I'm giving the opposition team and Bayender specifically massive credits because Arsenal failed to turn up at their own gaff tonight. We look like a away team today. We looked really poor. Yes, I think we're playing like Tony Pulis, Stoke City, and some of these players look like they came from Stoke City because they're not performing for the badge. It seems like some of these players are way too comfortable in their position, knowing that they can't be challenged, knowing that there's a very thin, depleted squad with no one to challenge them for their position, with no one to challenge them for their role on that team sheet. And tonight, Odegaard did not display a captain's performance. While on the contrary, Gabriel Magalhaes, we have a center back stepping up like a striker today, leveling it up, getting the equalizer for Arsenal, thinking, hey, we could well and truly still be in this. And what do we do when it comes to penalties? First of all, we allow the game to go to penalties, fine. And then we stink it up in penalties while Man United get all 5 penalties. I know you can say penalties can go 50-50, and you can't really blame the game too much on penalties. I'm saying this game shouldn't have gone to penalties to begin with. We could have finished this game off in regular time, and you can't tell me we didn't have several chances in the game in regular time to do that. Even in extra time, that half an hour of extra time, how many chance after chance after chance does Arsenal fucking need to score a goal? And it was extremely frustrating to watch. Charlie, thank you for joining me. We're going to go through the Hi, Charlie.
Wow, I haven't heard you swear about Arsenal in a long time. But you know what? I'm fuming, man. How are we
Yeah,
getting knocked? How are we getting knocked out? Yeah, to Man United. I'm sorry, yeah. 10 men, Manchester United.
yeah,
I
we
can't
were
believe
poor.
what I've just witnessed today or yesterday, whatever it is now. I cannot believe it. I
Big up,
cannot.
King. Big up,
I
Jack.
cannot believe we've been knocked out of the FA Cup yet again.
Charlie, I didn't even cue the intro. I just went straight into the stream. I'm gonna cue the intro now, Charlie. And you know
Yeah, go
me,
for it.
I'm someone who's typically positive about Arsenal, always
Yeah,
looking
so
for the
yeah,
positives, always
yeah.
trying to find something to balance it out. But tonight, Charlie, I'm telling you, the only thing that stood out for me today was Gabriel Magalhaes, a proper center back performance. But the
Yeah.
whole team let us down. Not letting the manager down, letting us fans down who pay hard earned money to go watch this crap performance. None of these players stepped up today when it mattered. When it matters, Arsenal do not turn up. We are a shadow of ourselves. Time after time, competition after competition, Arsenal failed to deliver in the final third. Our attack is non existent. And, now, as of today, Arsenal are eliminated from the FA Cup, one of which we hold the most of, thinking, oh, Arteta can at least win the FA Cup. Or the other argument people say, we have bigger fish to fry. Bigger fish to fry my ass because we can't even score
Well,
past 10 men Man United. How are we going to get through the Champions League round of 16? It's very concerning. And this transfer window, we need to do business, and we don't look like we're doing business.
I agree. I agree.
Oh my God. um, I'm just gonna cue the intro now and we'll get straight into the stream. First off, Charlie, thanks for joining me. It was fun
Yeah.
watching your abandoned church stream earlier
I
today.
don't know what was more scary, yeah. As I enter the abandoned place, yeah, it's like a church, yeah.
Yeah, you saw it
And
on
a,
TikTok
and an
before going there.
owl and an owl started screech like an owl made this like massive noise, and I ran off.
Screeching sound.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but I went.
remember.
Yeah, it scared me a bit. Or I'll finish him today. I don't know what scared me more. That that owl in the darkness of the night, or the blooming finishing. Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz,
Oh my
yeah.
God, Kai Havertz, chance after
Kai
chance
Havertz
after
missed the
chance.
sitter. Kai Havertz missed an absolute
How
sitter.
many
Yeah.
times? It was three sitters he had, chance after chance. Yeah, you can say Trossard has several chances too when he came on off the bench. But man, and I do want to say one thing, Charlie. You know the first penalty we had? I don't think that was a penalty, but because there was
No.
no VAR, sure, Arsenal get a penalty. People are saying Arsenal have paid the referee. But Odegaard, I don't know why he took the penalty when Jorginho was on there. Jorginho is very good at penalties, and now Bayender. First of all, it was very easy to read that penalty, and
Yeah.
Bayender knew exactly where he was gonna go. He knew exactly where Odegaard was gonna go, and the penalty is saved. It's still now Gabriel Magalhaes is the one to get the equalizer for Arsenal, and we're thinking, oh, Arsenal can do this. We have to beat them in regular time and not take it to penalties. We've seen this happen time and time again, Charlie, where the
Yeah.
team that dominates possession, dominates XG, and then when it comes to penalties, we shit the bed. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what happened tonight. Arsenal lost 3-5 on penalties, while Manchester United, 5 players, Joshua Zirkzee, someone who we called crap, someone who Luca made fun of constantly on his stream, not ever watching him play before, gets revenge on Arsenal. And fair play to Thomas Partey. I thought he would miss his penalty and he scored it. But the two other players for Arsenal today missing their penalties, Kai Havertz, you knew nothing was going to work for
Oh,
him
it was
today.
never. I knew he weren't going to score that.
But wait, when he stepped up for it, he looked nervous too. And yeah, lend me a euro. He scored one today too. Man United, all 5 players stepped up today. And thanks, Jack. Yeah, I wasn't feeling well. It was when the weather drops here, it becomes really hard to breathe. But I think I was more upset about this Arsenal defeat than not feeling well. This Arsenal team will have my hair turning white soon enough, Charlie.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna go from blonde to bald
Mel,
or blonde to
Mel
white
is a,
hair.
Mel is a very positive Arsenal fan. I was with her at the Everton game, and I think it was I think it was like 3-1 Man City, yeah. And
I
she was
said,
saying like,
Charlie, it's not over
yeah,
yet.
she said it's not over. So for her to be ranting like this, there's a problem. It wasn't good enough today. We didn't have a shot on target until
Yeah,
Gabriel Magalhaes scored. I was sitting on Jack's stream. I could have fell asleep at half time. It was that boring. This style of football is bland,
yeah,
it's
it was.
boring, and it's not getting
Hi,
results. It's
Daniel.
not. It's not getting results, by the way. Let's not
Hi,
kid
Chris.
ourselves.
Today was the first. Oh, of course, Liverpool drew Plymouth, so Liverpool have another easy draw. Plymouth Argyle. I'm
Well, away
surprised
from
Plymouth are
home,
still
but
in the
they'll win.
competition. Yeah,
Yeah,
Plymouth at home, but I think Liverpool will win. And the thing
yeah,
between us and Liverpool is not only the mentality, but they have the squad. You know, their bench players are not a huge drop off between their starting and the bench, but with us, it's a significant drop off. And forget that significant drop off, we don't even have bench fodder. We have these kids on the bench today, and we didn't even play them. We don't even use them. And Chelsea drew Brighton, yeah, after beating Morecambe 5 goals to nil with tossing the salad, getting man of the match. King says, I tweeted during the game that if Kai Havertz, if it gets to penalties, we will lose.
I
Yeah,
said that to my dad
I
as
said
well.
it too.
Yeah,
You know, the reason is we should have finished them off in regular time because they were 10 men down. They were getting tired, and you look like they were gonna give up when you get tired, when you just keep running at them. They look like they were getting slow on the counter attack.
yeah.
And we struggled to do that. We took this game to penalties with a keeper, Bayender, who already saved Odegaard's penalty. And now, look, Arsenal shit the bed when it comes to penalties. Um, Hi, Luca. Thanks for joining. I'm not bad. I got
I'm
new
not
medication.
surprised.
But Charlie, I went to sleep right after the game, and I woke up and I saw all your messages, and I do not disagree with you one bit. This
No,
team did not perform, not only for the fans, but I feel like they let the manager down. But I will go back to, I think we have only ourselves to blame because
hundred percent.
in that summer window, we knew we needed a striker because Gabriel Jesus is injury prone. He's older and he's not the player that's going to take us over the line. And when we talk about just a getting to the line manager, we need a getting over the line. And I don't think we have the players to get over the line. Speaking of the performance today, um,
Uh,
there's other concerns now, Charlie. Gabriel Jesus was
yep,
stretchered off in the game today.
unbelievable.
And it looks like his knee collapsed.
No,
Um, you it could be a tibia bone shift. It looks like this could be an ACL injury. I am not a
unbelievable,
doctor. I'm not a medical professional. Disclaimer. However, there's a
unbelievable.
chance that Jesus only suffered a meniscus, isolated MCL injury, or just a bone bruise, but it's unlikely. It's looking like this
Well,
could be an ACL,
well,
which could mean he's out for the season,
well. Get
or
someone in January ASAP. Yeah.
or
None
a
of this. Oh,
meniscus
we're
tear.
happy with the squad. Oh, we're happy. No, you're not happy with the squad because we aren't winning games. Yeah.
Hi, Mason. He says poor display from Arsenal, should have definitely scored in extra time. 100%. And Charlie, what did we do in extra time? We fluffed our lives again.
Exactly. Look,
Chance after chance after chance, and Arsenal do not perform under pressure.
I'll
Forget
say
under
one
pressure.
thing.
We're at home. We have the
Yeah.
home advantage of this game. We have, yes, I understand we have Tottenham on Wednesday, which I'm not looking forward to because
No,
these players don't look like they're ready for that either. Are these
no.
players going to turn up for a Tottenham derby
Are
at
you going? Are
least?
you going to Tottenham or not?
I don't think so, Charlie. I think I'll be at work.
Uh,
But it might be a last minute decision to make. So
yeah.
I'm sure
Last
you'll
minute.
get a message from me saying, Charlie, I'm on a flight.
Last minute. Yep. Last minute decision to see this fantastic Arsenal
Extra
team.
time, we were crap. Yeah, we didn't do anything in extra time. All we did was fluff our lines. And chance after chance, Kai Havertz had, and we failed to do so. We failed to put it away. Getting what over the bar, hitting the side net. I know Bayender made some good saves, but come on, Arsenal had so many opportunities in this game today. Lucas saying, "Get me John Duran." John Duran is good at Aston Villa, but I don't think he'll be for sale. Um, I think we could have killed the game, and I understand that players can miss penalties. It happens to even the best of players
It
like
shouldn't have gone to
Ronaldo.
penalties though.
But we shouldn't have gone to penalties
No,
in the first place.
no.
We should have taken the chances. Charlie, we had 120 minutes of regular time and extra time to take
Yeah.
this game. Can we talk about what the hell was Raya doing on those penalties? Oh
Bro,
my God, what
can I just
happened
say
to
what? Can
Raya?
I say one thing about them penalties? Yeah, I
Yeah.
would have saved the first one because I actually said go right, and what's his name went right, but he went the wrong way. I'm not going to blame him, but I'll say one thing. Yeah, about I'm not going to blame David Raya. He went the wrong way. It is what it is. Yeah, but I actually
Yeah,
I tried to stay positive after the Newcastle game. Yeah, I didn't really say that much about it. I just moved on very quickly. I can't move on from this
90
game. Yeah.
million. Who's
I
that?
can't
I am.
I can't move on from this game because
We were piss
I know
poor.
we lost to Newcastle, yeah, and I was very disappointed, but I didn't really get angry over it. Maybe because the fact there's a second leg. I know we're not probably going to come back. Yeah, we aren't.
But
And
how does Raya keep going the wrong way? Every penalty they had, Charlie. Like, what the
yeah,
fuck happened to Raya? He was so Charlie. I watched that Porto game live. Raya
yeah,
saved really good saves, penalty saves,
yeah.
and Raya knew every way the player was gonna go. He knew he was really
But
easy to read the game.
I,
For me, Raya was a below average performance today, especially in that penalty
but
shootout.
I'll say one other thing as well. Yeah, I actually tried to stay positive. Yeah, as you know, Mel, I actually have. But I haven't really. Even you hear on my streams, man, I'm always saying, "Oh, I still believe Arsenal can do something this
Turn it
season."
around, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and maybe I do it to wind up all the opposition fans in the chat because I think they know we have good banter. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I can't stay positive anymore. We're out of the FA Cup, the Premier League. Very unlikely we're
Well,
going to.
I think it's unlikely now.
Yeah,
You know why?
Champions.
Because Liverpool have a lot of goal difference higher than us.
Yeah,
Um, Big up
Champions
Anthony.
League. Champions League, no chance, and the Carabao Cup's probably done. We're probably going to have to score 3 goals at Newcastle, and
Yeah.
we'll.
Well, we're not. We couldn't even score one at home against them.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think that's done.
And you know the other thing, Newcastle, the first leg they didn't have Bruno Guimaraes and they
Yeah,
didn't have Fabian Schär. Bruno
yeah,
Guimaraes, I know his attitude, like he's a harsh type of attitude player. He's a cunt of a player. Sorry, a bad player, like attitude wise. I shouldn't have said that word, but I think it's going to be difficult for us to score there. They'll have Bruno
yeah.
Guimaraes available. They'll have
All
Fabian
this
Schär available.
positivity, man. There's so much.
It's all melting away, Charlie. It's like Olaf in Frozen 2.
Yeah, I know all these positive, like even going to Arsenal games. Yeah, what?
No, the atmosphere. You know how many empty seats there were today?
Yeah,
So many empty seats.
exactly. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
not feeling the same like last season. Duran is 72 million pounds. I don't think Arsenal will sign anyone this January window except
That
the likes of
my patience
that
running.
Garcia goalkeeper from where was it? Valladolid or
My,
something?
my patience running thin now, Mikel Arteta, and I've given him chance after chance. But if he doesn't win something at the end of the season, what more else are we going to do? Give him another season, and then if he doesn't win something, he's been backed enough. And I've actually more Mikel Arteta's probably biggest. Last season, I didn't really say that often to get rid of him. Yeah,
Yeah.
but if we
I
lose
think
against
they
Tottenham,
will get an attacker in, but not a world class player. Look, I'll even take someone on loan because we can't do
yeah,
a Premier League loan. We can do an international loan from another league, unless we make Neto permanent. And oh my God, guys, first of all, can we just talk about if Neto played today? I think it would have been even worse, perhaps, because Neto didn't even get any games in him at all today. And I thought, in my predicted 11, I said maybe this will be Neto's debut. Yes, he was good at Bournemouth, but this is Arsenal Football Club. It could have been a lot of pressure on him in a penalty shootout today. And it could have been a different scenario. Yeah, Diego Dalot got sent off. I do think that was a red, second yellow. I think
yeah,
that was a fair decision. The penalty that Odegaard got, I don't think that was a penalty, but because there was
nah,
no VAR, we took the opportunity. And what does Arsenal do with an opportunity like that,
yeah.
given on a golden plate? We F it up.
The thing is, yeah, if we lose against Tottenham, it could be curtains for Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, it could be. It could be really, really.
No, I'm
It's already
sorry.
toxic now, but I think it'll get even
If
worse.
we lose to Tottenham, yeah, and I said this last week after Newcastle, I said this next week determines the season. I said if we lose to Man United and drop points against either Tottenham or Villa, the season's done. I said if we
Yeah.
can beat Man United and
Especially
then go,
against Tottenham in the North London
yeah,
derby, you cannot drop our heads.
I'm being
Um,
serious. I wouldn't be surprised if something happened after that Tottenham game. I'm not saying they ain't gonna sack him, but I'm just saying if I don't know, man. I don't know.
I
I
do
don't.
want to say though, in the game when Kai Havertz missed the first opportunity, the camera went and zoomed in on his face, and you can see he looks shot for confidence. He looks like he doesn't even want to be here, and you can tell when he stepped up for the penalty. You can tell he was just gonna miss it.
Well, even if we beat Tottenham and then lose to Villa, that's still not good enough. We
We
need to
still
get
dropping points. Yeah.
yeah, we need to get 6 out of 6. The Premier League could be our best chance now. So I thought the
Nine. We
performance
had what,
before,
9 games this month, and 5 of those at home. We have
yeah.
to beat Dinamo Zagreb later on in the Champions League. I think that's next week. If we
Mm,
fail to beat Dinamo Zagreb, then that Girona game away from home, that will be the one to matter. Um, we need to get into this top 8 in the Champions League. People saying we have bigger fish to fry can kiss my ass, because I don't think Arsenal are gonna go far in the Champions League if we're struggling like this to score goals. We have no attacking output without Bukayo Saka. We looked horrendous on corners today. Um, can I just say, Leandro Trossard, as we're going to approach the player ratings, Leandro Trossard is the type of player you want to come off the bench and have an impact. He's done that in several Premier League games for us. But today, it felt like Trossard forgot the basics of football. He forgot to cross. He forgot to do the basics of passing directly. I'm not turning Arteta out. No way. I'm not Arteta out, but I'm very disappointed and critical of the performance. And I'm not. I don't have a problem with people who have a difference of opinion, but I'm not the type of fan to abuse players or abuse a manager. And I'm not saying that you do that, but some people have done that on social
no, you
media.
can criticise them though,
Some
definitely.
people wishing death on
Yeah.
Havertz's unborn child.
Oh,
That's
unbelievable.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
And I
look,
think that's taking things way too
no,
extreme.
look. You can criticise them because they get paid a lot of money, and to perform like that's not good enough. They get paid a
Not
lot of money.
turning up. Yeah.
If you underperform in your job, you probably get sacked. So,
Yeah.
but there's a line between criticising and then going around
Abuse.
and then
Yeah.
going around talking about um, Kai Havertz and all that and his partner. I think that's bang out of order. So,
You
yeah,
know,
but
I guess we'll get into the player ratings, Charlie.
uh,
King says people who get personal to players are not fans. I agree. I think people, taking the frustration on the result out on the players by abusing them, I don't think that's the answer at all. And that's very low and shallow from others. Um, Wanting someone's baby to die is inhumane, and it's
oh, yeah.
disgusting. 100% King. So Charlie, without further ado, we're gonna go into this depressing player ratings. Unfortunately, we have to unpack the game. I did give credit to Man United fans. I went into Rich
Yeah,
Sports' chat and I said, Rich, look, you weren't the better team in 90 minutes. However, you were the team that turned up when Arsenal failed to do so, and it was a deserved win, I'll say. Because on penalties can go either way, but the most important part to take away from my stream is Arsenal failed to do the business in 120 minutes when it mattered. When with a 10-man Manchester United, Arsenal failed again in the final third to bolster our attack.
my thoughts on Man United. Yeah, I mean, they dug in, they showed some resilience, they showed some character, and they defended incredibly well. And after going down to 10 men, their game plan was go to pens, and they did that. So fair play to them. And they actually carried a bit of a threat, by the way, with 10 men.
On the counter attack,
They
yeah.
they probably might have won it as well. We were dreadful, yeah. We were dreadful for the whole 120 minutes, to be honest. But for the first 60 minutes, we didn't have a shot on target.
Yeah,
How
we
we
were
didn't
horrible
how we didn't
until Gabriel Magalhaes got the equalizer.
how we didn't put that ball in after going 1-0, I do not know. Rice
How
had
many
two efforts.
chances, man?
Havertz, all of them had so many chances. Just
Trossard,
we,
Havertz,
we weren't clinical enough.
even
And
Martinelli was non-existent, and
this
he's been non-existent in the last 5 games.
the
Can I
season's
just
hanging.
say, Sterling, in the short time that Sterling came on, he did a lot better than them three up front.
Yeah, the season's hanging by a thread now.
Yeah. Akinola, big up to you. He says that's ridiculous. It's okay to criticize them, but not that extreme. I had to block someone today. Yeah, Twitter has been really toxic. I went to sleep right after the game to take a nap, and I woke up. I wasn't feeling well, so I delayed this stream. Normally, I go live right after the game, but I thought to go live now. And thanks everyone who's joined. I know it's really late in the UK right now. Anthony says Man United goalkeeper Bayender was the best player on the pitch. I agree. I think Xerxes did good when he came on as well. Um, a high flicks. Maguire was very good. I think Maguire was all right. He did make a foul and he got yellow carded. I can't remember against who, but it was in the first half. Um, Charlie, we're gonna get straight into the player
Oh,
ratings.
man.
This is gonna be an upsetting one because Arsenal, I guess, from defense to attack, we were just bang below. Some players were bang average, some players were below average, and some players did not turn up at all. We'll start with, I guess we'll start with Raya in goal. For me, Raya gets a 6 out of 10. Um, I think Raya made some good saves in the first half. He was quick to deal with pressure in the 120 minutes. But when it came to penalties, what the hell was Raya doing? He did make a good save in the extra time bit when he tried to make Joshua Xerxes' shot on target was saved. I think it was a fingertip save by Raya. But
Yeah, I think that was
in the
Ahmed or
in
something. Yeah.
it was Joshua Xerxes. Yeah, it just went by the post.
Oh
Close
yeah,
effort.
yeah. That one. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Ahmed or Xerxes. It don't really matter anyways because he saved it.
Yeah, he saved it. But in the penalties for me, Raya, he kept going the wrong way. And I think Raya is a experienced player. He should have done better with the penalty reading the penalties. For me, Raya gets a 6 out of 10. And how about you, Charlie?
Yeah, I'll give him a six. I mean, yeah, I'll give him a six because I'm just watching the penalties back. Yeah, he goes the
Oh
wrong
man, I
way
can't
every
believe you're
single.
watching it back. Yeah, he went the wrong
No,
way
I
every
was looking on Twitter. He
yeah,
completely went the wrong way.
every penalty.
Yeah, look, I'm not gonna give him a bad rating because of that. Yeah, um, I thought he was poor during the penalty shootout. I mean, look, you can go. What I mean is, he's a goalkeeper. He should be able to read which way they're going better.
Yeah, aren't they trained
Um,
to do that? Aren't they trained to
yeah,
read penalties, especially
I'm
in
very,
competitions where you know there's no replays like the FA Cup now?
yeah, I'm very surprised. Yeah, that David Raya didn't go the right way for at least one of the penalties. So David Raya wasn't good in the penalty shootout, but in terms of the game, I thought he did all right. He dealt well with the crosses, and he made one or two really good saves. So for that reason, I'll give him six. Um, But yeah, I thought he did well.
Six.
I thought in during the game he made a couple of good saves, but
Yeah,
in the
in the
penalty
regular
shootout,
time.
he didn't do a lot. To be
Yeah, he
honest,
was the hero against Porto. We were there live. It was
he
great. And I
he,
thought,
prob- he probably went a bit too early for some of the penalties, but I'm not gonna give him a bad rating because of that. Because actually in the game
good night, Flicks.
he was good in the
FA
game.
Cup is finished. Yeah, it's finished. No replays, so
That
we're
Ryan was
eliminated.
right.
Big up, Flicks.
Uh,
I'm giving him a 6 as well.
yeah, I'll
Now
give him
we're
a six.
going to our back line. And I think after Lewis Skelly was subbed off, we weren't even playing with the left back, Charlie. And then I'm seeing Kieran Tierney come on. And you
Wow.
know, when we're bringing Tierney on, we are down bad, desperate, like a kid in college who's never gotten laid before. We were down bad, desperate today to bring on Kieran Tierney to play. And then when I saw Partey come off the bench, I'm thinking, oh, okay, now it's getting worse.
I thought he was
Um,
off to Celtic as well. That's what I heard. Well,
yeah, I thought he was off to Celtic. Why would we risk playing him? He could get injured again. And then we bring on Tierney, and I said, well, maybe Tierney could get the winning goal for us. I don't think Tierney did much when he came on. I do think it was just average. I didn't think at that point of the game he had much to influence. Um, Saliba. So first of all, we'll start with Timber. I guess you can go first with this one, Charlie.
me.
We're doing the defensive back line now.
Yuri and Timber. Oh, where do I even start? I've got to try and remember now how he played. There were so many underwhelming performances, yeah. Um, Yuri
He
and
even had a shot
Timber.
that went wide in the first half, Charlie. It went
Yeah, he
wide of
did.
post.
Yeah, he did. Ooh, I don't know. Honestly, I do not know about Yuri and Timber. I mean, was he that bad? Was he that good? Maybe like a
For me,
five.
bang average.
Yeah, probably like a five, to be honest.
Whoa,
I don't
whoa,
know.
Luke is
Maybe
giving a 7. Wow.
no. I'll give him a 6. I don't remember him doing anything too bad, and I don't remember him doing anything spectacular.
Odegaard 5. Wow. For me, Timber gets a 6. I think he did miss that chance where it hit the post in the first half, but I do think he made some good effort. I think he tried to link up with other players in terms of the game and helped out our attack on the left hand side, on the right hand side of the defense, but I think it was poor and it just the average performance. He was subbed off in the extra time of the game, so for me, he gets a 6 out of 10, just like what Charlie giving
I'll give
him.
him a 6 actually because
6?
defensively, I don't remember him getting done too much,
Yeah,
and
no.
I thought I didn't think he was that bad actually. It's one of them performances where the whole team wasn't great,
Yeah, it
but
wasn't up to par.
there were some players that like didn't stink up the place entirely, and I think Timber was one of them. Really, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think he's entirely to blame for that.
Nah, I'll give
Um,
him
I don't
6.
even think our defense was one of the issues. It was our attack that really stunk up the pitch. Saliba, for me, I think he did well with United's pressure. He did what was the basics of defending. Not really one of his strongest performances, but I think he didn't put a foot wrong. So for me, he gets the 7 out of 10. And Gabriel Magalhaes, I would give him 7.5 out of 10 because Gabriel scored the equalizer. He did make a mistake that led to Bruno Fernandes's goal. Actually, what happened was Gabriel mispassed it, and it went to Garnacho, who then passed it to Bruno Fernandes for the goal. He did make he did make up for his mistake by getting the equalizer to make it 1-1 for us. So for me, Gabriel Magalhaes gets a 7.5, and Saliba gets a 7 out of 10. Charlie, we're gonna
Mm.
do Galiba, Saliba, and Gabriel. Your ratings, please.
Oh wow, I'll give Gabriel 6.5.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
because yeah, he got the goal. To be fair, but he did make an error for the goal. Mm, don't know about Saliba. I'll give him a 5.5 or a 6. I don't. I'll give him a 6. I
You
don't.
didn't really see much of him in the game, to be
Yeah,
honest,
there were.
in terms of holding the
I,
ball.
I think he struggled with Hoyland's physicality at times, from what I remember. But apart from that, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't think
Hoyland
it.
was
I don't think it was his best performance. So I'll give him a 6.
Hoyland was good today for them and
Yeah,
Garnacho.
I don't think Saliba was that great today, but I don't think he
Yeah,
was awful. So I'll
we've
give him a
seen better
6.
performances from him. You
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Um,
Gabriel gets a 6.5 because he made an error for the goal, but he made up for it with the goal. So I'll give him that 6.5. Well done, Gabriel, for his goal, I guess. But yeah,
um, they're doing Kai 4. We haven't got to the midfield yet or the attack. Timber King's giving a 6. Luca's giving a 7. King's giving Saliba a 5. Gabriel a 6, and Lewis Skelly a 7. I think on our defensive side, Miles Lewis Skelly stepping up in the absence of Calafiori. Calafiori, who is unavailable for selection today because of a muscle related issue. I think Lewis Skelly stepped up in his place. For me, he gets a 7 out of 10. I think he was really good today. Another good performance from Lewis Skelly in terms of his attacking and defensive duties. He linked up well in link up play with the ball, and he tried to challenge the opposition. He tried to take on his players. He was taken off at halftime, but I think he didn't put a foot wrong. And for me, he gets a 7 out of 10.
Uh,
Um,
I'll give
Charlie, how
Lewis.
about you?
I'll give Lewis
Yeah,
Skelly.
Delit was good.
I'll give Lewis Skelly a 6. I don't think he was too bad today.
Yeah, he had another good performance for me.
Yeah, I'll give him
Now we
a
move on to Arsenal's midfield. Probably
6.
one of the most shocking performances of a captain of club and country who takes penalties for club and country. No other than Martin Odegaard. I mean, what the hell has happened to Martin Odegaard? Um, Arguably our best player in Arsenal, other than Saka. Apart from Saka, and ever since the injury, I don't think Odegaard has gelled into the same player we once known him to be. And I know that might be harsh truth or harsh reality for some people as it stands, but this today was a mixed performance from the captain. He played some good passes in the first half, so be it. But as a captain, you are supposed to deliver when asked upon. You have a lot of pressure on you, and in those pressure moments, you're supposed to perform at your best and at your highest. And I think ever since he's come back from injury, I don't think he's been the same player. and missing the penalty, a penalty that could have won us the game in regular time. Sure, players can miss penalties. Even Cristiano Ronaldo has missed a penalty before, but I don't think he offered much creativity wise. And I don't think that's just this game exclusively. I think the last couple of games that Odegaard's played in, ever since he came back from injury, I don't think he's done anything electric to bring creativity to this team. For example, if we brought someone like Isaac in this team, would he create for himself, or do we have to create for him? Because I don't think today our players didn't do much of the creating in the midfield in the attack.
Yeah.
Um, Luke says Arteta out. I'm done with this team. They're hopeless. Sal Calafiori. He's the next Tomiyasu without even playing the match. Yeah, Calafiori looks like he's too busy fashion modeling on Instagram and getting injured. I don't even know how he got injured when he was on the bench. I guess he got injured in training because they said it's a muscle related issue. For me, Odegaard gets a 6.5 out of 10. Um, and then Jorginho, I think Jorginho was good today. He played a full game before he was subbed off in the second half of extra time. So he played over 90 minutes. And I do think Jorginho kept the midfield balance. He made some good duels and cleared up the lines whenever needed. He put some nice balls for the attackers, but of course, it's not Jorginho's fault if the attackers are fluffing their lines. For me, Jorginho gets a 7 out of 10. I think he had a better performance than Odegaard, and he really showed it on the pitch today. Then moving on to Marino. Marino, I don't even know what's going on with him. We're seeing some good performances from him in terms of what he offers on the ball, winning his duels, blocking shots. But he did draw the foul that sent off Diego Dalot. But other than that, I don't think Marino offered much in this game. And for that, he gets a 6 out of 10 for me. Charlie, over to you, my friend. Odegaard, cap. Was that a captain's performance for
Martin
you?
Odegaard gets a 5. I don't think he was that good today, and he missed the penalty.
Yeah, King also went 5, I think. Let me
Yeah, I'll
see.
give him a 5.
Odegaard 5.
I don't think he had a massive impact on the game, and obviously he missed the penalty, which would have probably
Yeah,
sent
King
him
said
through.
5 too.
Moreno gets a 5. He didn't barely impact the game at all.
Nope.
And he was non-existent.
We're still trying to figure out what position is good for
Yeah,
Marino.
I feel like Moreno. There's some
Is he
games
bench
where
fodder?
there's some games where he's neat and tidy and he does a good job in the midfield,
Yeah.
and then there's some games where you don't even barely even notice him. And that was one of them games today. He did not do anything at all, and he didn't offer enough either. So yeah, he was pretty underwhelming. Jorginho gets a 6. I'd say he was probably a bit better than the other two in the midfield. He didn't do too much wrong in the midfield. So I give him a 6.
I guess now the big talking point will be in the coming days, Charlie, after Gabriel Jesus undergoes scans for what could be, well and truly, be a meniscus tear or the worst, an ACL injury. Just to, they say when it rains, it pours. And right now, Gabriel Jesus on a Sunday was stretchered off just before halftime with an injury that's really worrying. And I think, for someone that was coming in form, it's questionable on what we're going to do now on Wednesday when we have a game against Tottenham at home. Jesus, I think he caused some problems down the right hand side, but nowhere near something that Saka can offer on the right wing. Of course, not to Saka's level of quality. He was stretchered off the pitch just before halftime, and my heart went into my mouth because I know that type of injury. It looked like it's the same knee that he had surgery on before, too. And it could be an ACL injury, which really basically means, in plain English, he could be out for the rest of the season, Charlie.
Yeah.
And it's not looking good for Arsenal.
No, it's not.
Injury after injury after injury. And can I just say, Calafiori, who wasn't even playing the last match, was on the
where's
bench,
he?
available on the bench. Oh, yeah, he's injured, Charlie, because he has muscle related issues. Not available for selection because he has muscle related issues.
Me.
And apparently, the whoever does these transfers and the scouting people, this was in his scouting report that he has a history of muscle related issues, yet we still signed him. Oh yeah, we signed Kieran Tierney when he was injured. Yes, he was a good left back when we used to play in that system, but now that we use inverted left backs, Tierney's of no use to us. And people saying sell Gabriel Jesus in January. How can we sell a player that could have an ACL injury? Who's going to want to buy that?
Yeah.
Um, it's like it's really pouring. It's really raining and pouring at the Emirates because nothing is going our way, Charlie. Nothing's sticking, and
Right.
they're trying to throw the kitchen sink, hoping it sticks, and it's not working. For me, Jesus' performance today, I think I'll give Jesus a 5 out of 10. I don't think he really impacted the game, and he got subbed off injured. I'll even bump it to a 6. I think it was just an average Jesus performance, and I think I expected a lot more from him in the first half that he did play.
I'll give Jesus 5 because yeah, he got obviously subbed off with a bit of time. Well,
Yeah,
what am I trying to say?
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
Gabriel Jesus got subbed off with a bit of time left to go in the first half. That's what I was trying to say. So he barely really played, and he didn't really
Yeah,
impact the game too much
no.
when he was playing. But it's really unfortunate that he's got injured because he was starting to hit form. You know what I mean? So it's a shame, and I hope he gets well soon. But I'll give him a 5. Yeah, 5.
Charlie, he was getting into form and he was becoming undroppable. Like you couldn't drop
Yeah,
when Havertz was available on the
well,
bench.
he is undroppable.
You couldn't drop him, and now he's
He,
injured. So what does
well,
that offer for Arsenal's
well,
attack?
Tuesday night he was droppable because he played Kai Havertz instead of Gabriel Jesus.
Yeah,
Am I not mistaken? Why did he
yeah,
do that?
that didn't work for us either.
No, it didn't. And the problem
Um,
and the problem with Arsenal, yeah, we always follow up a bad result with another one every time.
and it should be the opposite, where these players want to show up for the
Yeah,
fans and want to say, "Look, it's a North London derby. Our biggest rivals is Tottenham. We really need to turn up." And this is a North London derby. Sure, form goes out the window, but I do hope this will be one of the games where we turn up. When we are going to talk about looking ahead at the North London derby on Wednesday, and more importantly, who starts for you in that attack on Wednesday. We just have two more players left of these player ratings, and then we'll move on to briefly discussing Wednesday's North London derby, a massive game for the Gunners in the league. We'll move on now. I guess we talked a lot about it. Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz was a shadow of himself today, and I think I'll even go one step further to say maybe domestic cups aren't a thing for Kai Havertz. Um, I think it was similar his performance against Newcastle, but just a bad day in office for Kai Havertz. One of the performances that he would want to forget. A poor showing in front of goal. And Malia said it in my watch along. She said, Mel, Kai Havertz is shooting everywhere on that pitch except in goal. He missed 3 chances, Charlie, that were easy sitters, you could say, from close range to win the game. Arsenal could have won this game in regular time or even in extra time in the 120 minutes, but Arsenal missed chance after chance after chance. And I'm not going to blame him for the penalty entirely because penalties anyone can miss on their day or not on their day.
2 out of 10.
But it was a poor performance, and I really hope these players on Wednesday they will show up. Hi William, hope you're well. I'm surprised you're still up. Hopefully see you on Wednesday if I'm going to the game. I know you texted me. I'll follow up with you right after the stream. Hope you're having a good time in Texas though. We ain't losing to fifth. No, damn right we're not. And I hope we play for pride if that's all we got left. Because I don't want to lose to Ange Postecoglou or at least Tottenham Hotspurs. Hi BX, you did exactly
2
what
out
I
of 10.
did. You did exactly what I did after the game. I fell asleep and I said, Charlie, I'll talk to you when I wake up because I could have said a lot of things from frustration.
Yeah, 2 out
And
of Havertz good.
Havertz for me gets a 4 out of 10 performance. He was really poor today.
I'm not being hard. No. You know what? I'll give him a 3.
It
Yeah.
was one of the worst performances I've seen Kai Havertz have in an Arsenal kit.
No, I'll give him a 2. 2 or 3 because at the end of the day, yeah, he missed 2 sitters, and as a striker, you got to
Yeah.
score them chances. And he missed multiple chances, and then he missed the penalty in the penalty shootout. And I like Kai Havertz. I don't think he's done that bad for Arsenal since joining him. I think he's had really good spells where he's hit a bit of form, but he's not a man that you can rely on to win the league titles.
I don't think he's a striker, Charlie.
No,
I don't know.
that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's a bad player, yeah, but I don't think he's a guy you can rely on to win the
Depend
title.
on.
And that
Yeah.
proves today because he missed chance after chance.
People
He's
said
a
he was going to get us 20, 30 goals a season,
he's a man.
GA a season, but
He's a man when he's got a bit of confidence,
he can go on a run. Yeah.
yeah, he can. But when he's out of confidence,
It goes the other way around.
he can be really off it. And today was one of them days because he was poor. And I don't know how he missed some of them chances. To be honest, I really
The
don't.
whole attack his pants. Yeah, we raged and ranted about it at the start of the stream. I dropped some F
It
bombs,
was
which I
awful.
don't normally
I don't
do.
know how he missed a chance. To be honest, I
I
really
couldn't
do not
believe
know.
how are you missing chances so close up to goal, Charlie? Like, isn't that the basics that you practice?
Yeah, he gets a 2 out of 10.
For me, Kai Havertz gets a 5 out of 10. I'll even go down to
5.
a 4. I think I'll give a 4.
I was gonna say.
Um,
I was gonna say. I
it
could
was
have.
one of his worst performances in an Arsenal kit to sum up his performance.
I was gonna say, Mel. Arsenal could have brought on me and you, yeah, and we
We
could have
could have done better.
Yeah, no, we could have jogged about for about half an hour in extra time, and you probably could have given us a 5 or something. Because Havertz missed some big chances today, and I'm not going to
Yeah,
criticize.
it costed us the game.
Yeah, I'm not going to call him this and that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to criticize him anymore.
Joshua Xerxes getting it done. Yeah, Xerxes had a good performance. Hoyland had a good performance, and Delit, when he played, he was good.
Yeah,
I
I'm
didn't
not.
think what's it?
But
Lend me a euro.
he was dreadful.
Euro. I don't think he had a good performance. I think it was just average for them today. Maguire
He,
wasn't bad today either.
he was dreadful. He was dreadful. Havertz.
I think we'll move on now to one of the ghosts of Arsenal Football Club's attack.
Real shame.
Martinelli. Well, he scored a goal that was ruled offside. I think it was an offside. He was involved in Gabriel Magalhaes' goal that leveled it up for Arsenal versus Man United. But other than that, I don't think he contributed to the game. I think a lot of the times he went non-existent in the game, disappeared in the attack. I'll give him a 6.5 out of 10. I don't think he did much in this to impact the game or to impact the attack. He did try to cause problems for United's defense in the second half of the regular time, but I don't think he did anything far enough than what we know Martinelli of the 21-22 season. And I think I can say that for several games Martinelli has played in this season. I don't think he's been one of his stronger performances. I thought Sterling was good, about the only one. Yeah, we did talk about Sterling. I said in summary, Sterling, in the short time that he came on, had a 7.5 out of 10 performance, and he was better than those front three in attack today combined.
Martinelli gets maybe 5.5 or 6. I don't know. I'll give him a 5.
Hard to judge his performance.
Yeah,
or was it that bad?
Martinelli? Nah, he wasn't nowhere near as bad as Havertz because Havertz missed two sitters and he missed a penalty. But he had his moments. I mean, first half he had the goal disallowed, which is he should have. I don't know what happened with that. I can't remember.
He was offside, they said.
First half, I tell you, is more one of our brighter attackers, but that's not saying much because the whole attack was crap. The attack was crap the whole game.
Yeah, I agree.
But first half, we didn't even have a target.
Luke says Martinelli has a football IQ of a curtain pole. I think this is a
Martinelli
good point.
Gets a 5 actually. I thought as the game went on, he got worse and worse. To be honest, his final end product wasn't good either.
I think in terms of especially the final end product, yeah, you can say I think that goals combined with our whole attack today failed to turn up.
5.
And oh, well, can I just say one thing, Charlie? I have an idea. So Arsenal now have a weekend free where we don't have football because they'll play the 4th round FA Cup, which we're clearly eliminated from. I think this team needs to get on a one-way trip to Dubai in that weekend and go for a training camp. It worked for us previous season. I'm not even joking. Maybe this team looks lethargic, looks tired, and looks shot for confidence. Specifically, I'm talking about this attack. But realistically, I'll say this is a clear indication today that targets available or not, we need to act now and sharpen this attack on someone that could improve us, whether it be a temporary loan signing or whether it be a permanent signing. This attack, today's performance, is the definition of why our attack needs strengthening and bolstering. I understand that Ethan Waneri, Charlie, we were told on Friday in Arteta's press conference that Waneri was close to coming back, but you can't rely on a 17-year-old kid to step up in the big shoes of Bukayo Saka's absence. I don't think we can carry the weight of a team on his shoulders. We still have to play Liverpool and Anfield. We still have to play Man City. We still have to play Tottenham on Wednesday. What are we going to do with an attack that goes non existent in games? We have a good first half and a second half. We become a shadow of ourselves. We never have a 90 minutes performance where we're consistent from minute 1 to minute 90. We don't make it work. And I think from corners today, Charlie, corner after corner, cross after cross,
Set
Leandro
pieces.
Trossard today forgot how to cross the ball and forgot in terms of passing accuracy wise. I don't think this was a performance where he dominated in.
Set
Um,
pieces. Attacking threat. That just says it all. Yeah, I know set pieces are a part of the game. Admittedly, yeah, it is. That's good. Yeah, I respect that. Yeah, it's
yeah,
good that we're good. Fighters, but we need more than that. We need more than that. You can't rely on them forever. You can't
yeah.
rely on just. That's all we seem to have at the moment is set pieces.
Charlie, we're gonna talk about some of the players that came off the bench. Of course, you know Thomas Partey. He scored the penalty. He came on to try to impact the game as a substitute. Leandro Trossard as well. Declan Rice. I think he was one of the sharper substitutions today. I did feel like he had a good chance in this game today, which he also failed to convert into goal. But for me, one of the substitutes that stood out today for me would be Raheem Sterling. Charlie, I'm telling you, I know Raheem Sterling has had some shocking performances for Arsenal, but he's not had a clear start. He's not had proper minutes in this game. Yes, he played
Yeah,
against Preston. He's tried to give Ethan Waneri a confidence boost. He's tried to be a leader for Ethan Waneri. And I like that partnership or they have going or relationship they have going as footballers. But this is a football club where we needed to score goals and we needed someone to deliver. And I feel like Raheem Sterling, he was good today. And I need to give this guy credit when and where it's due because a lot of people and I understand the signing wasn't a signing we wanted or we needed. I do think there's severe question marks around this signing. It is a loan deal, but people act like we bought the player. However, I think the frustration is we could have got someone better that we needed. We fucked around too much for Isak in the summer. We fucked around too much trying to convince Nico Williams of Athletic Bilbao, and then we ended up with Raheem Sterling on loan from Chelsea. Um, I do want to say Raheem Sterling had a I'll say just above average performance today. I'll give him a 7 out of 10. I think this guy stepped up more than the front three combined in our attack, and that speaks volumes because that's
mm,
Raheem Sterling. Charlie, how about you? Raheem
oh,
Sterling came off the bench. Jorginho got subbed off, and Rice came on. Trossard came on. Partey took a penalty. What did you make of
he
the bench options used today?
the bench. Uh, Rice, I'll give maybe a 6 because he did make some sort of an impact. I mean, he did have a few chances. He probably should have scored, but he did have a few chances when he came on. I mean, can't remember when he came on. Trossard gets a 5. Um,
Yeah, I don't think
maybe,
Trossard missed some chances too. There was
yeah,
one point in the game where he was in the net and he just missed. What the
maybe should have.
hell?
He didn't really do much. Trossard.
No.
Tierney an NA because he only played 7 minutes.
Yeah, not much to impact the game.
Partey can get a 5.5 or a 6 when he came on. I mean, he scored his penalty and he weren't too bad when he came on. Sterling, he didn't do a lot, to be honest. He tried, but I give him 5.5 Sterling.
I think he was better than our attackers in front today. Really, in a game where our attack should have been delivering. Arsenal really, really failed today in front of goal, and it's the same problem we're having in several games. Um, I think Arteta knows we're really struggling on limitations on attack, but I also don't understand why he's saying, we're going to use the squad that we have. We're not going to make any signings. It's almost like he's not being backed by the Cronkies or what's happening. I'm not sure what's happening there, but it is clear that Arsenal's attack stinks, and if this board can't see that, I don't know what else is going to wake them up to realize that this attack needs strengthening. If you're trying to challenge Liverpool for a league title this season, this attack isn't doing it. And Bukayo Saka, yes, he is a huge loss to this team. Charlie, your favorite player. But we
Yep,
should be able to step up
we
in
should.
the instance that Bukayo Saka is out for the
Nah, it's not,
season potentially.
it ain't good enough.
These players are not stepping up. I think Ethan Waneri, a 17-year-old, sure, he can come back into this team and help the team out, but you can't rely solely on a 17-year-old to deliver. In the same way, we can't rely solely on Kai Havertz to be the striker of this team. I think we haven't replaced Aubameyang properly in this team. Signing Gabriel Jesus is a stopgap signing that we made. And yes, I think Jesus at the start when we signed him, he's had good games, he's had good performances, but tonight's performance from Arsenal was nothing short of lethargic, pathetic, and abysmal in terms of our attack. Um, Arsenal must buy a striker. It's important. Yes, Shamil, big up to you. 100% you're spot on. But the likes of Isak, Arsenal struggling. The likes of Victor Gyökeres.
Don't
Can't
get
Arsenal go and get that guy with the release clause? What's his name? Nico Williams.
yeah,
Try
but
to
if
convince him.
world class players, you have to spend the big money. You have to spend the big.
Um, what about Joshua Kimmich? Can't we go and get Joshua Kimmich? What about who's the other guy? The Bayern Munich Kingsley Coman. He fits the eye test, he fits the stats. Sure, it's an older player signing, but we could get a loan. It's better than what the attack has now. And I think this board doesn't care. This board thinks Arteta will give you another season. You just get top four, and they'll stick to him. This board, these Cronkies are okay with top four. These Cronkies are okay
I
with
just
the
want to see
bare
trophies,
minimum.
man. I want to see trophies.
And the
Like,
fans are the ones always left to hang dry.
no, I
And I
do.
think at times, I think I'm not going to blame this entire performance on Arteta because he wasn't the one on the pitch. But this goes back to the poor business we did in the summer window where we failed to strengthen a position we needed to. And we realized we knew this was struggling. We knew this attack was struggling even in last season. We couldn't do it last season, and we didn't have as many injuries last season. We knew we were just getting to the line, not getting over the line. And yet again, we're seeing that. Yet we're struggling to bring in reinforcements. We're struggling to bring in necessary reinforcements into this team. Charlie, I do want to ask you, going into this game on Wednesday, it is a North London derby, a team that's currently fifth in the Premier League under Ange Postecoglou, which has a lot of
Where are
injuries. They're fifth. Tottenham
who?
currently fifth
Tottenham?
in the league, right? I think so,
No,
right?
no, they're a lot lower than that.
Really?
Yeah, they're like 11th.
What?
Yeah,
I'm checking right now. Hold on.
yeah, they're 12th.
12th. Oh, 12th. Wow. Tottenham are 12th. Jesus Christ. Newcastle 5th. Sane and Kimmich
Yeah.
both going
Oh,
to
man,
Barcelona.
oh,
Miss Molina, where's Moss today? I think Moss is watching NFL. He has a friend over, so he's not live. Sorry. Tottenham are 12th. I got Tottenham's and Newcastle's positions confused.
that's
Um,
right.
Going into the Tottenham game on Wednesday, it is a massive game for Arsenal on a North London derby. First of all,
Mm.
it's not about the position in the league because Arsenal are second in the league as it stands. In the Champions League, in the round of 16, possibly if we beat Dinamo Zagreb, if we do the job at home next week, and knocked out of the FA Cup, potentially knocked out of the EFL Cup, unless we score 2 goals at St. James Park to take it to penalties. Do you think Arsenal are going to make a January signing, Charlie?
No, no. We'll probably be linked with Karim Benzema again, aren't we?
Oh God,
That
or
that
or
give that Hossie Mawar. We've been linked with every player under the.
Vlahovic. You've seen the
Yeah,
Vlahovic stuff coming up again?
we'll be linked with everyone in January. Does it mean we're going to sign them? No, I ain't got no
No,
confidence.
me too.
No, no.
Spurs are favorites. That's disgusting. And this is a team under Ange Postecoglou that are in 12th. They have a lot of injuries, but you bet this Tottenham team will turn up in the North London Derby. And if
I
Arsenal
wouldn't.
fail to do the business in attack in this North London Derby, it will be more toxic than it is now on social media and in the stadium. I don't know if it's toxic in the stadium, but you saw today there were a lot of empty seats. And for someone like me and you who go to games regularly as much as possible, um, I really hope that Arsenal turn up Wednesday. Put everything into that game in the North London Derby and do not drop points to Tottenham. I don't think that North London Derby is going to be easy without Bukayo Saka. Our attack has been non-existent without Saka, and there's question marks on whether Ethan Waneri will be training this week. Will he be available? There was rumors last week. There was news that Ben White is close to being back. We are missing Ben White, I could say, because
What,
Calafiori, he can't even
what
defend.
what I would say is Tottenham aren't favourites, yeah, because their record at the Emirates is crap.
Yeah,
But but Tottenham at 6-1, you wouldn't put it past Arsenal to drop points on Wednesday.
I really hope not. I hope we can
Thing,
we
thing about
forget about
Tottenham,
this game and we move on. We turn up for a North London derby. It is a big game for us, and I really hope these players look at themselves in the mirror tonight. These players in attack that failed to step up today. I hope these players think of it
the
at
thing that
least for the fans.
the thing that worries me about this game, I'm not worried about Tottenham. I think this is a good game for us to, if we're gonna, if we want to bounce back and get a result and get the form
I
back or
think the
whatever.
Cronkies like things as they are.
The
I'm curious
derby,
how players we are linked with end up choosing clubs that are not even close to our level. Mudryk chose Chelsea when Chelsea were struggling. Why is that? Thank God we didn't sign Mudryk, though. He has a lot of pace, but nothing in front of goal, and I don't think that's what Arsenal need. That's the last thing Arsenal need.
the perfect game to bounce back is probably a North London derby.
A
Like
hundred
if these are
percent.
if these Arsenal players aren't up for that game, then they won't be up for any
They're
game
not
ever
up for
again.
anything. Yeah,
Worries me.
Anfield away we have to go to still in
The thing that worries
later
me
on in the
is
season.
Tottenham can score goals. We don't look like scoring goals at the moment.
Yeah,
They got
that's exactly what Luke's saying. We
Kulivet
can't score,
good
so
for.
every team we play as favorites. Kulusevski's in form.
Yeah,
Solanke's
Tottenham
available.
score. Tottenham will score on Wednesday. So we're now going to somehow have to grab probably two or three goals to win this game because
We
Tottenham
have
will
a good
score.
record against Tottenham at home, unlike at
Tot-
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Tot-
But the thing is,
Tottenham
Charlie,
are always entertaining. They're always
yeah,
entertaining. They're always score, but they concede a lot.
I do agree with Daniel that Tottenham are poor at corners. We've seen that before. Also, Charlie, the thing I will say is Tottenham is the type of team where if we allow Tottenham to get back into gear, that will be dangerous for us. Of course, I do think they will score. I even think there could be a red card in this game if it gets heated.
Yeah,
We've seen it happen before in the past. There are some injuries to that Tottenham defense, so I think
season's done if we lose. It is.
they can be got at, but it's up to Arsenal to handle that job. And it's more importantly a question of which Arsenal team will show up. A team from today or a team that showed up and showed resilience against against Liverpool at home. Will it be that type of Arsenal that shows up, or will it be the Arsenal against Newcastle midweek, or the Arsenal tonight? Because Arsenal could not finish and could not close a barn door, could not kick a barn door down tonight. Chance after chance after chance, Arsenal struggled in front of goal. Arsenal have nothing to offer in front of goal. And it's not the first time, Charlie, we are doing a collaboration stream where we're talking about this topic of our depleted attack. Arsenal's attack needs life support, and that's this January transfer window. Go and please sign someone who could be useful for us, whether it be a loan deal or a permanent deal. And I'm not saying panic buy, I'm saying buy someone that will be effective for us. But this board clearly don't look like getting anyone except, here you go, guys. We've got Ryan Garcia, the goalkeeper of 30 million, who we wanted in the summer. Our summer window, Charlie, was poor because we knew we needed a striker. We knew we needed a backup to Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka has been ran to that ground. And now he's facing the same injury that Reece James faced. This
No,
could possibly mean that Bukayo Saka might not be the same player when he comes back from injury. We're not sure.
don't say that.
I really hope that's not the case because he is obviously one of our best players in this team and one of our most loved players in this team. We've ran Bukayo Saka to the ground without him having a rest. There was many games to be played this season. Arsenal now have a rest in that FA Cup fourth round weekend. But
Yippee!
but this Arsenal team, it's nothing to be proud of course. This Arsenal team needs a massive reset
Yippee!
and needs to look at themselves long and hard because this attack needs help.
Yeah, it does.
The I do think the season is on threads in terms of us.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's more a top four battle than us
Yeah.
winning the league. I do think the chances of us winning the league has diminished, Charlie, and I'm being honest. I don't think it's we're
Mel's
still in the
gonna
title
be
race.
Mel's gonna be blooming finding tickets left, right, and centre in the next couple of weeks. Wow, I mean, Mel might be one of the only ones in the stadium soon if this carries on. I mean,
Yeah. BX says today highlights our serious lack of finishing, and it's
uh,
been an ongoing issue all year. 100% spot on. I
you
couldn't
watch
have said it better myself, Jose.
you watch how easy it is to get tickets if we keep playing like this.
Losing, yeah.
Uh,
Everyone will give up their tickets, the fickle
which I
fans.
don't agree with. I still think people. I mean,
I couldn't even blame the manager today with how poor we were up front. I agree, Jose, on this, but I also will say the summer window, we failed to strengthen in areas we needed to, and we just kept buying defenders, and we bought a goalkeeper who was cup tied, even though we needed him to play the EFL Cup, which was a stupid signing. Charlie, we are gonna wrap up the stream. We've been going on
yeah,
for an hour, my
is it?
friend.
Whew.
I didn't even realize we were
Goes quick, doesn't
ranting.
it, when you're streaming?
Yeah, it goes by quick. Guys, Charlie did an abandoned church stream, in real life,
Oh,
abandoned church
yeah,
stream earlier
yeah,
today, this night. I am gonna link his channel. He typically does gaming streams.
yeah.
He used to do watch alongs on his old channel. That's where I know Charlie from. But I did link his channel here. Most importantly, guys, Charlie's on the road to 2,000 subscribers, which is a massive achievement. But he does stream regularly and consistently, a lot more consistently than me. But thanks, Charlie, for joining me on the stream today. I really
No
like your
worries.
balanced analysis and approach. I know we ranted, but not to the extent of abusing players. I
Nah,
will never
it's
go
alright.
to that extent. I'm not that type of person, and I'm not that low in life. With that being said, folks, we will be doing a North London Derby preview before the game on Wednesday, and then a review after the game if I'm not at the game. If you don't see a watch long or a review from me for the North London Derby, it really means I'm at the game or on the way to go to the game. So that's a last minute decision I'll make, depending on work. And I hope everyone feels better for the rest of the week. It's doom and gloom here. Another defeat at the Emirates, and more importantly, Manchester United knock out Arsenal from the FA Cup in the third round on penalties, shooting all of their penalties, and with a 10-man Manchester United eliminating Arsenal from the FA Cup, one of the oldest competitions and most respected competitions. Akinola, thank you for joining. The Gooner, thanks for joining, Dan. Really nice tuning into your channel earlier. I always look forward to your watch alongs and your streams. BX, thanks for joining. Luke, Daniel, Shamil, Yusuf, Luca joined earlier. Charlie, Flix, Jack was here earlier. Lots of support for Charlie. Big up everyone. Thanks for joining. Please
They're
check out
probably.
Charlie's channel. He
Yeah, I
streams
do appreciate
regularly, gaming streams, Fortnite, Call of Duty, GTA. He does play with his subscribers as well. So if you do want to check
it.
that
Yeah,
out, and
and I'm
if
now
that
doing
interests
abandoned
you,
places because why not? But that church wasn't that scary. As I was walking up, I just hear this owl. I thought it was
the
someone
owl was more
screaming.
scarier than the abandoned
No, I
church.
generally thought It was so loud. I thought it was
Yeah,
like
there's a
saying,
lot of graveyards, headstones, no headstones, but graveyards where we
no, it
went.
was. I didn't go there for that. It was more of a just a place. Like it's meant to be a bit haunted, so I wanted to look.
Yeah.
And then as I go up to it, I just hear this owl, and it scared the shit out of me. To be honest.
I remember.
Yeah, I
Thanks
ran off.
everyone for tuning in. I'll see you all midweek, probably on
Mm,
Tuesday, for a North London Derby
it
match
is.
preview.
It is North London
Thankfully,
derby.
there's more to life than football, and I know football right now isn't the best for us Arsenal fans. I hope we turn it around on Wednesday and we win against Tottenham Spuds on Wednesday. I hope we put up a good performance. Charlie, thank you for joining me. Do you want to
No
shout out
worries.
any of your videos or channel? Feel free.
Just FDT on YouTube. I try and upload every day, and yeah, that's it. Trying to go for 2K. And yeah, there's more to
Oh, I
life
can all
than
subscribe to you.
ah.
Thanks, I
Cheers.
can all.
There's more to life than football on the pitch. We now have
Yeah.
transfer daily videos to look forward to and daily transfer rumours of every single player in the world being linked to Arsenal. So happy days. And if Tottenham and Villa at home, oh man,
Yeah,
Villa last
Tottenham, Villa,
season.
and then Wolves
Oh, not
away.
Villa. Our Villa last season was gutting, and then obviously Tottenham. If we lose to them, we're not going to hear the end of it. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's one of the games where you definitely want to turn up in the North
oh
London
yeah, don't
Derby.
matter where you are in the league, you want to win that game.
Yeah. Thanks, Charlie, for joining me. Thanks to everyone in the chat who tuned in, whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching live on Twitter, or if you're watching this on replay. Let us know your thoughts on the game Arsenal versus Man United. Arsenal surrendered to Manchester United on penalties with Bayender, a backup keeper, having a shining display. And more importantly, folks, we're on the road to 10K. If you do like my videos, check out my previous videos and kindly click that red subscribe button. Thanks, Charlie, for joining. Have a good rest of your evening, everyone, or night, wherever you are in the world. Good night, everyone. And we'll see you all later in the week, probably on Tuesday for a North London Derby preview. Thanks, Charlie, for joining. Really appreciate it. And his link is in the chat. Take care, everyone. Have a good night. Don't let Arsenal stress you out. Bye, everyone. Adios.